Hello everyone and welcome back to our yearly channel updates. I am your host, Older Bro.
I'm your other host, Younger Bro.
And as always, we are here on April 1st to bring you non-lying content because lying on April 1st is stupid, no one likes it, and it's worthless.
And thank God I'm not sick for this video.
It's
I feel
a miracle.
So much better.
Luckily, I mean, not that it matters because you don't have to do voices in the channel update video.
Know.
So you being sick is completely irrelevant for this video.
I think I could do voices now if I wanted.
Yeah, but there's no purpose.
But that's besides the point. We're here with the 8th channel anniversary. Woo! Let's go. 8 years of Two Bros Game Night.
Yay. Okay, so as always, we start off this video with the very basic boilerplate content that nobody cares about, including us.
Yep, so we got a new channel update video, obviously. And we have the year 7 update, changelog, updated, and all that good stuff. Any of the stuff on the year 7 changelog that is in progress will be moved to the new changelog for year 8.
It happens every year because, as always, we're never done. We're very slow, and we'll get to it eventually.
Oh, yeah, we're slow with a lot of stuff this
We're
year.
very slow this
Yeah,
year.
seriously.
So, okay, moving on to the normal channel updates. So, once again, there are no new Goomba designs this year. I have been working on some things in the background, but there is nothing I'm releasing right now, mostly because Younger Bro continues to keep adding more work to my palette that I have to keep adding to. Maybe sometime this year I'll finally get to the Super Mario 3D World designs where we're cat Goombas.
Cat Goomba, kitty.
Eventually. Probably not. Anyways, that's beside the point. This year, we have new end credits, which are Lights Out by Jimmy Fontaines. And the other main thing that we're doing this year is we are still continuing our progress in eventually making YouTube memberships. By the way, for anybody who listens to these videos and is like, it surely isn't that hard to do YouTube memberships, you are correct. It's not that hard to set up. I just haven't.
Yep, we've just not had them set up yet.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have been too busy.
We're still too busy.
We're still too busy. The inevitable goal, guys, so to go behind the curtains a little bit for the channel, because that's what this video is sort of about. I think our goal is going to be for the channel that we don't ever monetize the videos. I don't really like the idea of monetizing videos because YouTube just fucks with monetization anyways. So a good number of our videos will never be monetized because Younger Bro likes to play Hatsune Miku. And so those can never earn money, period.
Nope.
So I think our main goal is going to be just doing stuff like YouTube memberships, like Patreon, stuff like that, where you can donate to help us continue doing the channel, but the videos will never be monetized.
Yeah, we still have Patreon and Ko-Fi, all that stuff.
It's still technically set up, but I think most of it's been disabled because we don't really want you to use it. It doesn't make sense for you guys to use it, and no one ever has, so don't go look for it.
No, we've had a couple Patrons and Ko-Fi.
Maybe, like one time, but don't go use it. We will get YouTube memberships set up, and then you guys can donate there if you want to, and we'll figure out what to give you, which will probably be the emotes and stuff that's on Twitch that I'm also not done with and will work on eventually.
And maybe if we get caught up in time, you might be able to see videos early. We'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect videos early. I can barely get videos uploaded on time. One of the big goals of this, guys, is we want to use YouTube memberships to eventually be able to pay an editor so that we have time to do anything.
Yeah.
Because that is one of the main problems at this point, is we don't have time because we have to edit all the videos, and we also have full-time jobs. So stuff takes too long.
Yeah, we're doing what we can.
Yeah. So eventually we will stop being stupid and catch back up.
Okay, moving on. So, this year for the TBGN archives, the only game that we haven't announced that we've successfully moved over and replayed was Star Wars The Force Unleashed because it just happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just happened. So,
yep.
If you want to see the old series for some reason, it is on the TBGN archives channel.
Yep, and after this channel update, and after I get through my next game, we'll have another redo game. So yay!
So the next channel update will have even more content.
Yep.
Okay, guys, so moving on to specific series announcements. So there's a lot of different series that you guys have probably been waiting on or wanting some updates on. So let's start with some of the big ones. So first off, where are the hot takes? So for context, guys, we live in a semi-small town. It is not a town with 100 people in it. It's not a big city. And because of economic reasons, our local theater closed down.
Yep, it's gone. I can't believe it's gone.
Yeah, so we cannot go watch movies in town. The next nearest theater is an hour away. And so because of that, it makes hot takes not really viable anymore because we have to go an hour drive there to watch a 3-hour movie, to drive an hour back to record an hour video. And it just ends up taking up so much of the day that it's not feasible to do this series anymore.
So the only other way that we thought of that we could do this series is there are some movies that we can buy tickets for digitally and watch at home, but that's not every movie.
Yeah, it's not every movie. We've also considered doing this as a more retro series and doing it like we do anime, where we watch older movies, and by older I mean within the last 6 months, and then give opinions on them, which we might do in the future, but right now we haven't figured that out yet, and we don't really have time.
We don't have time right now. When we get a lot of these other projects done, then maybe we'll consider it. But as of right now, hot takes are kind of shelved.
Yeah, they have been shelved into the back, and eventually we might bring them back, but don't expect them for a long time.
Okay, moving on to the mobile series. This is one that a lot of you actually have asked me about. So for mobile, the reason we haven't played a lot of mobile games right now and why it's not out at this moment is because we kind of hit a snag. So I was editing one of the series, and the entire series, the audio was fucked up. The entire series, and each episode, there was 30 episodes, and each one was 2 hours or more. So that one is just gonna have to be edited over time. So I had to basically find another series to record, so we got delayed with that. We did record that new series. That's all done. So I have caught back up. And as of right now, guys, there are only 2 more series I have to record and about 4 series I need to edit. The rest of them are edited. And I could release them right now, guys. I could release them. But the whole purpose of why mobile has not come out right now is because I don't want this situation to happen again. And I'm making sure it doesn't happen again. The whole goal is I'm getting all 7 of the series that I usually record, all of them recorded and edited. And once they're all recorded, edited, I will start uploading them. I would like them to come out this year. However, other projects have been getting in the way and I haven't been editing too much. So I want you guys to know that the progress with mobile is slow, but it is still happening.
Yeah. One other additional thing about mobile that you guys need to keep in mind is that one of the reasons Younger Bro is very insistent on not having this problem happen is there's kind of an underlying problem with mobile series in that we just talked about hot takes taking so long to edit and record and do, and that's like a 7-hour time investment, maybe 8 hours. It's a lot, but it's one day. But with a lot of mobile games, the time investment is months. And so one of the reasons Younger Bro is so insistent on this problem never happening again is because there's been a minor ultimatum put upon mobile series where if this ever happens again, they will not come back. So this is, Younger Bro has no choice here. If he ever has to interrupt mobile series for a year again, they will be not ever returning because they're not feasible to keep doing this. Because he just takes too much time on this. And I'm willing to let him do that, but I'm not willing to let the channel be like, and we wait for 10 years for the next time this happens.
No, it's not going to take that long.
Yeah, but this is kind of the end-all be-all. If he can't get it to a point where this interruption never happens again, and he can't change how he edits or records the videos to prevent it, then the series can't continue ever again.
But I want you guys to know it is coming along. I had made a lot of progress last year. Like, I got done with 2 series edited last year, so that's great. Would have been 3 if one of the series didn't fuck up. But that's besides the point. Mobile is still on its way. I hope it comes out this year, but at this rate, it's looking like it might be around next year. We'll see, but like we said, we just have a lot of projects in the way right now, and that's kind of getting in the way of mobile.
Yeah, but in theory, we do want mobile to come back, and we'll do our best to get it to come back.
Okay, I think that's enough about mobile, so let's move on to another heartbreaking series, and that is the Pokemon TCG videos.
Yeah, so we have significant problems right now, guys, as we have mentioned a couple times, with these videos because we just cannot get cards to open.
Yeah, so more context on that. I have now started seeing cards being sold in shops now. However, it's the expensive stuff. It's not any of the single packs, which is what I want right now. It's all the expensive stuff. The Charizard boxes, the Greninja boxes, all of those big ones with it's basically collector's edition set. Those are what I'm seeing, and I can't buy it.
Yeah. We are moving into a situation where it's possible it will return, but for the time being, I would consider the series to, like Hot Takes, just be shelved. Because there's not really anything we can do about it.
So what I will say is I am considering doing other sets, not One Piece, because apparently One Piece has the same problem with TCG Pokemon. So that has the same issue. So I'm considering maybe Dragon Ball or Magic. Might start collecting those cards, but I have to get room in my room first. I have to clean up my room, and then we can probably start that.
There's a similar problem right now going on with RAM, or computer memory, where because of all the AI data centers, GPUs and CPUs and even hard drives are having their costs spike hugely because they physically can't produce enough to keep costs down. And somebody's talked about that recently, saying expect it to take a decade, 5 to 10 years, before this problem gets solved. TCG is having the same problem, where it's going to take 5 to 10 years for card prices to drop back down to normal levels, where the scalpers don't just buy everything and sell it for 5 times as much. And until that happens, we kind of are at an impasse with the card videos.
It has kind of already started.
Yeah, we're like 3 years in, so it's getting there.
It is almost there.
Yeah, but right now we are still in the series is shelved. In the future, it will be unshelved.
Which is probably more disappointing than Hot Takes being shelved, because we love opening cards.
Yeah, the card videos, I think, I don't know if they're popular on the channel, but they're stuff that we like.
Exactly. We really, really enjoy these videos.
Yeah. Almost every content on the channel that we do isn't really here to be popular. We do it because we want to do it. We play games on the channel not because we want to be a gaming channel. We do it because we don't have time in our schedules to play games, and this forces us to have time in our schedule to play games. Same with the TCG. We want to collect cards and get these cards. We don't have time, and so we force ourselves to have time.
Yeah, it's so much fun when you pull an unexpected card that you were looking for but weren't trying for. You were trying to get this other card. Like that Charizard moment and Champion's Path, one of the Marnie videos, that was one of the biggest moments of my life. I can't believe I just casually pulled a shiny Charizard. Like, that was huge. So, it's disappointing. It's very, very heartbreaking. Like, I want to cry right now that we can't fucking do this, because cards are just out of stock everywhere or too expensive. So, fuck you, scalpers.
We do technically have contents ready for 2 videos, but we have not had time to record them. So we could release those and record them and edit them, whatever. We can get those out, but
we just need to set it up first.
Yeah, but given that there's not going to be any more videos for still some time, we're kind of hesitant to do that. And again, we're very busy. Okay, so one final update in this section on series is actually a new series that I'm trying to start up, which is I want to do a new series this year and every year following where we do a cleanup video for our anime. So this includes talking about all the anime we've done this year and also talking about any older series that we have new thoughts on, if we want to change any of the scores on any of the series because we've changed our opinions on the show, anything like that. I don't have a series title for it yet, but I want to release that sometime around April following this update video. So in the next couple of weeks, you might find a new video that's all about anime and updates on anime. So look forward to that. All right, so moving on to the very small, fine-grain content updates. So let's talk about the channel overall and our yearly checks. So as you guys know, every year, as part of this script and as part of the changelog that we release, we talk about every single series we're going to go through, where we check all their thumbnails, we check all their titles, we check all their descriptions, so on. We are still doing that this year. That is not changing. However, we are at this point very behind. Probably at about half of last year still to go.
Yeah, we've not finished last year's checks, and that's bleeding into this year. And so I'm trying, guys. The yearly checks, is what's preventing me from editing, because this is what I've been working on. So I'm almost done currently with updating all of Detective Pikachu's videos. I've been adding the date in which we've recorded the videos. Now, according to YouTube, we can see when these videos have been recorded, or at least you can. But when I go to try to look that information up, I can't find it. So if you guys know where you can find that information in our videos, let me know.
All that to say, we're doing our best to catch up. One of the goals with getting an editor is to help out with this, because obviously, if we have somebody who's editing videos, we can get through the channel checks a lot faster. Or, alternatively, they can do the channel checks. Depends on how we figure everything out. But our goal is to speed this up. I also have made a list of all the stuff I need to check, and I'm going to try to do that every day after stream to catch up, because I know I'm very behind.
Okay, guys. So we have a few new segments for this year's channel update that we are excited to talk about and showcase. So this year, starting every 2 years, we are going to have one priority game. And what that means is me and Older Bro, we're going to go through our list and see which games we want to play the most for that year and get them to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's only going to happen for the games, by the way. We're not doing that for the anime, because frankly, if I did that for the anime, that would be like 9,000 anime that is all on our list that you're like, I want to watch Kill la Kill, and I want to watch all these other shows. It would be unhelpful. With games, we have a lot more games that's like, well, we want to play these, but we don't have to play them right now. There's very few games that we have that we're like, we need to play this right now. So it works out very well for games.
So I've already chosen my game. We're still waiting on Older Bro at this time, but it should be available soon.
But yeah, you guys are going to find out soon what those series will be.
Oh yeah, Mario time!
That's a decent form, I suppose.
Don't try to sell it short, Frieza. You and I both know it's an incredible jump.
I've made my new form gold, so it's clear who's sitting atop the pecking order.
You brought this upon yourself, Frieza.
Come on, let's see if the almighty Lord Frieza has what it takes to defeat me. I too become a Super Saiyan, a warrior of legend. And now on top of that, I have the power of a god.
Okay, so moving on to the next new segment here, we want to have a section specifically talking about games that we are not continuing. Now, in this case, we've talked about most of these games,
Before.
yeah, in other places, with only 2 exceptions because they happened this year. But in the future, we'll just talk about each year the games from that year. So this section may not appear a lot, assuming we don't fail to complete games.
Yeah, so this will only happen if we cannot beat a game.
Yeah. For context, you guys should probably know about the 2 games that I have that I can't continue. I have absolutely 0 streams that I cannot continue. The only games that we cannot continue from me were Sonic Unleashed and Shantae. Now, Sonic Unleashed is going to be played again anyways, because Younger Bro has plans to play, I think, the PS2 version.
PS2 version. So we will get a new playthrough of Sonic Unleashed, and probably a better playthrough.
Yeah, that's technically a replay game, but it's not. It's weird. There's like multiple versions of this game that play slightly differently, so it's sort of a replay and sort of not. But that one will be covered at some point. We'll eventually get through it. Shantae is not ever going to be gotten through because there is no other versions of this game. It's just, it is what it is. The game is bullshit.
Yeah, so this whole segment is us telling you what happened during the playthrough and why we could not complete it. So with Sonic Unleashed, we could not complete it because neither of us could get through the last level.
Yeah, I mean, that level, in the PS2 version, my understanding is that it's multiple levels.
Yes, it's broken up into sections and saves.
Yeah, and in this version, for the PS3, there are no saves. It's just, well, do it. And we could not do it. There was nothing we could do.
It sucks, but yeah, we could not get through that Sonic game. Now,
Shantae was just more of a situation where I was ludicrously pissed off trying to control the game. I don't think the controls are very good, and I don't think it's just a Switch emulation problem. I think the original game just had really not well done controls, and because I can't get through the levels easily, can't do the transformations easily, don't seem to have any way to heal, even though I bought a healing item.
yeah, the not being able to use items was the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it just became too many problems that I could not get past. I tried playing this off camera again and still couldn't get past it, even without recording it. This is not a recording problem. This is even me playing it personally where I can focus more, I can't get through that game. It's just a pain in the ass.
So with that, now let's talk about our first ever game we could not complete, which was the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. It is so baffling and so funny and stupid that our first game we could not continue was a SpongeBob game.
Yeah, and to be fair on this game, I'm pretty sure this game you could complete. Shantae, I'm pissed off at. Sonic Unleashed, I'm pissed off at. But we are kind of hard locked by certain sections. We cannot get past them, no matter what we do. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, I think you could get past the section you were at. It just pissed you off so much that you don't want to go back to it.
Exactly, and what really eats at me is this was the next game after SpongeBob Battle Bikini Bottom. This is the same developers, and I couldn't get through it. Well, like Older Bro said, if I really pushed through, maybe I could have beaten the game.
If we broke this recording up into, like, we record 1 episode a week for the next year, you'd get through it. Because you wouldn't accumulate being pissed off enough, and you'd get through it. But because we can't record that way...
So, the reason I just got so pissed at the game is it did a lot of things I did not like. Like, for instance, getting barred in a level from continuing it because I didn't have enough Goofy Goober tokens. That makes sense for something like Battle Bikini Bottom because it's more or less of an open world game, and you can't get to the next map until you get enough items in the previous map to move on. So that one, I'm fine with. That concept is good, but do not put it in a level-based game. Preventing you from playing the entire game straight, kind of similar to Madagascar. No, you should not do that. That was one of my biggest problems. And then just keep hammering us and hammering us with enemies that could respawn, and then difficulties with your platforming while still being shot at by enemies. That was my last straw. I couldn't take it anymore. I was done with the game. I was just very fucking pissed off.
Yeah, again, most of the time when we have a game we can't continue, it's because we are hard stuck and can't get past something. It's very rare that we have games where we can't continue them because we are just too pissed off at the game. For example, one of the ones that happened with was Adventures of Mana, which was the other game that was going to be on this list, but then the emulator fixed itself, and suddenly the game was bullshit easy because the only thing making us pissed off at it was the emulator.
Yeah, they pulled a miracle with that one.
Yeah.
Probably saw our playthrough and they're like, oh shit.
If I ever see a comment from the emulator developers that they acknowledge they saw our playthrough, I will just go die in a hole. I cannot even imagine that being the case. But if it is, that would be so shocking.
That's amazing.
But yeah, that's the problem with SpongeBob, is that it's multiple problems that all accumulate, and none of them are individually solvable.
So SpongeBob could come back and might retry it. However, I don't even know if we have the save file for that anymore. And if we don't, then I'm probably never going to play it again.
What did we play that on?
Played it on emulator.
Oh, then no.
Yeah, so that's probably dead and gone, guys. So even if I wanted to go back to it, I'm not. Moving on, let's talk about some Poppy Playtime. So guys, this is a really, really popular series. I know it is, but I can't get through it. So what pissed me off in this game was the red light, green light section. I was even able to complete it. I got to the end, but I was maybe a frame too late, and I still died. And it kept doing multiple attempts, and I just kept getting even more pissed with every attempt in that chapter, so I gave up. And I even attempted to bring the series back. However, due to my friends urging me not to, I decided that this game is going to be shelved by me. However, I am in talks with a friend who may consider doing this game as a series for our channel. Like, he's going to get equipment to record this series for us, and we can upload his videos, his playthrough, to our channel.
Yeah, we'll see about doing something like that. We haven't really gone over that kind of idea before. Like, obviously we've never done that before.
But it's for games we can't complete that somebody else offers, hey, I can complete it. Would you like me to do a playthrough for your channel?
Yeah, so it's like we'd have to figure out how we're going to do something like that. Yeah. But for all practical purposes, this one's more of just because we can play Chapter 3. We could play Chapter 4.
I think I could literally get to the next chapter, guys. It's going to take me many more attempts of getting through that caterpillar room.
Well, I can't remember. Isn't this game chapter-based where you can start any chapter at any point? Like, you don't have to beat 2 to get to play 3, right?
So, yes, I can just start off with Chapter 3. However, from what my friends told me is it gets harder.
Well, yeah, and that's the point. It's if you can't get through 2, there's no point in trying 3 because it's just going to get more pain in the ass.
And so those comments just convinced me not to do it.
Yeah.
All right, so next up on the list is Jaws Unleashed. This was a fairly recent series, and apparently a lot of you were disappointed that I couldn't get through, but here was the issue, guys. So with Jaws Unleashed, we got to the end, just like Sonic Unleashed, but we could not beat the final level. And that is because we could not find a way to unlock invincibility.
Yeah, I'm at this point just in belief that that's not real. I believe that it was hacked in or modded in because at this point, every instructional video that said how to do it doesn't work. So something is bullshit.
Like, I do know it exists because I have seen a playthrough of somebody having it where they're not taking damage. So it does exist, but there's some confusion on how to unlock it or how to install it via a mod like Older Bro suggested.
I'm going to guess that it's a cheat code. That it's a legit actual cheat code, and that's the only way to get it.
And we can't find it.
No idea.
We can't find it at all.
People have told us that it exists. People have told us how to do it. We have done those things.
We have done all the things you guys suggested, and we can't find it.
Yeah. So for all intents and purposes, it is not real. I don't know how.
So sad as it is for me, because I enjoyed Jaws Unleashed as a kid, can't beat it. All right, moving on to our last series. So this list may not be as big as next year, but this is our last series we're going to talk about for this segment, and that is Burnout 3 Takedown. Now, this game I enjoyed vastly more than any of the other games that we could not complete. I love Burnout 3 Takedown. I still do. This is a game that I can bring back, but I'm just going to ignore the freaking Grand Prix with the Formula 1 cars. So I'm considering doing that. This is the only series that I could probably bring back that we've recently played that we may have the save file for.
Yeah. The critical thing with this game, though, is that it's all dependent on what you want to do and what you have to do for the game. Because am I correct that you don't have to complete every single challenge to beat the game?
So, since that is the very last Grand Prix, it's like a special Grand Prix, that would not unlock anything except maybe the car. That's about it. And I would like to unlock every car, but if I can get through every other challenge and just ignore that one, I'd be fine with that. So, Burnout 3, I kind of just needed a break from it because this game has more bullshit in it than probably most of other games that we played, and every time I play this game, I always need a break from it.
Yeah. And that's kind of the thing with SpongeBob as well. You could beat probably both those games. You would just need a lot of breaks from it. And our mindset on games is if we're at the point where we're getting ludicrously pissed off at a game, it is not worth our mental health to play that game again. It's more worth just shelving it forever. Because it's what value is there going to be to younger bro bringing back Burnout 3 to see him get pissed off again and want to quit the game again and not get through the game again.
So, what we might consider for certain games that we might consider bringing back is if we are getting too pissed at a game, maybe we should just take a break from it for a while, play a couple other games, and then come back to it and then finish it.
And that's possible. But there's certain games that still won't work for. This might be one of those.
So, out of all the games on this list, the one I could bring back maybe would be Burnout. Otherwise, everything else is probably not going to get played again ever.
We are never going to do any of my games ever again. We're never going to do Poppy Playtime or Jaws again unless somebody else is playing it. There's nothing more to do.
Alright guys, moving on from frustrating games, we have the delisted games.
Yeah, now for this series, we want to be clear, we are not going to go through every single game that has been delisted since we started the channel, unlike the games we're not continuing. Because if we did that, we would be here for a long time.
So, we're just doing the ones that I just found out about, or that have just been delisted.
Within the last year.
That were on the list, that were planned to be played, but now they're gone.
Yep.
So, Kimono Friends Pavilion, that is a game that was delisted a couple years ago that I just found out was delisted for US. It is still available to be played, I think, on Japanese servers, but obviously I don't have a Japanese phone, so I can't play it.
Or know how to speak Japanese.
The next game was actually going to be one of our next games that got delisted, which was Konosuma Fantastic Days. This I was considering for the 1000 sub special for mobile series. Yes, I have one planned for mobile as well.
It's never happening, guys. Just give up.
And this just got delisted like within the last 2 years, which was very sad. Really wanted to play it, and it's gone. Other game is SpongeBob Moves In, which is a game that I wanted to play around Jurassic Park Builder time period, and I just never got around to playing. But there is a new SpongeBob town building game in place of this, so I guess I'm technically still playing this type of game for SpongeBob. Now, this one was a big one. This next game. This was a game that was supposed to be imported. And this is like the second or third game that I played on my original channel that I now can't play on Two Bros Game Night. And that is Steven Universe Attack of the Light. So this game, you had to purchase this one. This was not a free download. I played it a little bit. It's a fine game. It's like a monster battler type of RPG game. And yeah, it's gone. Can't play it. So that's all the delisted games that I'm aware of that I just found out were delisted last year. All right, and now it's on to the yearly genre draw. So before we start it, last year we introduced this segment. I drew from the genre raffle. Now it's Older Bro's turn to do it this year. But we also learned that I struggled to do it.
Yeah, technically, I think I did more of the 2D games than he did.
Yes, I actually managed to get to 3 2D games, and that was Adolescent Santa Claus, Black and White, and Danganronpa, which we're still playing.
Yeah, it's not done. We're still going. Yeah, meanwhile, I played, like, most of my streams were 2D.
And Shantae.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still playing 2D games, because Minish Cap is 2D, Kadowa Shoujo's 2D, so, like, even this year's games are still, like, 2 of 3 have been 2D.
Yeah, so I think for all intents and purposes, if the other bro cannot get to a genre, then maybe the other bro can help them out. Yeah, it's just with how my schedule is working out right now, I just could not get to any.
Yeah. I think it's just also you don't play a lot of 2D games. I think you play a lot less 2D games than I do, frankly.
Yeah, which was a really bad genre for me to draw.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, guys, so last year we filmed us doing the raffle, and that does take a while for us to set up, so just so we don't have to waste time doing that anymore, I think we're just going to do it off camera.
Yeah, because it's not something that as you can tell, it's not something we're really going to lie about. We're just going to suffer if we do something stupid. So I've got the bowl here that you may or may not be able to hear the shuffling of. I will mix these up very well.
It'd be funny if you pulled, like, Shooter.
Yeah, and if I pull 2D, I'm putting that back in. Well, actually, I won't even put it back in. I'll just set it aside. We're not doing that one.
Yeah, we will not do the same genre 2 years in a row.
All right. I have a game here, or something. Well, okay, this one's bullshit. We got Pokemon. We're gonna... I'm doing it now!
Oh, no, wait, let me see.
I'm doing this now! Like... We're gonna do that one's. We're doing. Like,
we got Pokemon for the 30th anniversary. Well, this was kind of already planned.
Yeah,
so
we're already doing
out.
that. Like, I mean, that one's a gimme. We do that every year because there's too many Pokemon games. We play it every 3 games,
and now we're fucked.
No. So yeah. Well, that one's just free, I guess. So free space this year. We're playing Pokemon as we normally do with absolutely no changes. So, whatever.
But what we got specifically...
Also, it's younger bro plays all these. So, we're going to, again, have a year where none of this is done by me.
So, what we got specifically was Monster Tamer, so any kind of Monster Tamer game.
Yeah, so I guess I'll play Nexomon instead. Like, for fuck's sake.
Or Amiibo when it comes out.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do... Monster Hunter, or not Monster Hunter, but like Monster Quest.
I could consider
Dragon
Monster
Quest.
Hunter. Like
Yeah.
that was the first
Like
thing I
Dragon
thought of.
Quest or some fucking shit.
Because like a lot of my friends want me to play a Monster Hunter, especially Shadow
Maybe
Dash.
Well, look, if I ever get through ZA, maybe I'll play Digimon this year.
All right, so we're doing Pokemon.
Yeah, this is such a free fucking thing.
So good. Okay, guys, so moving on to another segment, which is our quotive stuff. Okay, so there's a bit to talk about. So I managed to get out a few new series, and I also added to those series. So Steven Universe I have not worked on since I published it, so the first volume is still out. My Little Pony, Flurry Heart, and The Prince of Shadows, same thing. First volume is out, but I'm considering doing the second volume very soon, especially since it's the second most popular fanfic we had. It was number 1, but another fanfic that I'm saving for last beat it.
I can't imagine why.
The next fanfic is Dragon Ball Xenoverse Online. I am very surprised this one did not take off because one of the last Dragon Ball fanfics I did was popular within a few weeks. This one has not took off, but that's okay. I'm still going to write it because I want to. So Dragon Ball Xenoverse Online, same thing. Volume 1 is released. I updated it because the first draft was terrible. It is fine right now. Volume 1 is out. You can read it. All right, now this next fanfic I was really, really excited about. I'm very happy that I got the first volume out, which was Jurassic Survivor, which is my Jurassic World fanfic. Once again, volume 1 is available. Go read it. I love the series. I like where it's going. I hope you guys enjoy it too. The next one is Reaper and the Seven Layers, a hell of a boss and has been Hotel Story, one of the longest fanfic titles I ever had.
Because he really wanted to go for a light novel title here.
So I got volumes 1 through 3 done and published. You can read and view all of those. Now, the one I am most proud of that all of you are reading, all of you love, it's still being read right now, and it just hit 200 reads with 150 unique readers, which is Free Rent and the Youth Fountain. You guys love this fanfic. Like, it fights with MLP constantly for number 1, and so far it's still holding on to the lead after, like, 5 months.
Yeah, that makes sense. The free rent community is very dedicated to free rent.
And not only that, Season 2 for Free Rent is coming out, so maybe that's why people are reading it.
That's also fair. That's not Younger Bros Season 2. That's actual free rent Season 2, to be clear.
So right now, guys, this is the fanfic and also quotive project I am working on at this moment. So Volume 1 and Volume 2 are available to be read right now. However, I just went back and reread both of them, and I found that I left out some detail that I wanted to include the first time, so I'm going back and putting those details in. So Volume 1 and Volume 2 are getting updates, and those updates will come soon-ish. Because, again, we're working on other channel projects. And also, I should let you guys know, I have Volume 3 done. I have the draft done. I just need to go through, polish it up, get it ready for being published. However, that will not happen until the updates for Volume 1 and 2 are done. So, expect it some point this year, but I don't know when it's going to be due to other projects. Alright, and now let's talk about the Younger Bro quotive stuff. So, I'm not announcing any new projects at this time because I can't get to any of the current projects because I'm working on Free Run. So after I work on Free Run, I will work on the next writing project, which I want to be what I announced last year, which is the Blood Drop Shop. That is the one I'm going to work on next. Hopefully I get to them at some point this year. I just don't know when. I have to get through a lot of other stuff first, and then I can start working on writing again. But for all intents and purposes, I cannot work on any writing projects at this time.
Okay, guys, and as always, we end with our yearly channel fixes where, as normal, we are going to go through every single series that we did in the last year. Now, as we mentioned last time, we changed this last year to be a much more reasonable every series from January 1st to December 31st in the previous year. So we're no longer doing weird stuff where we're like, there's a month gap where if the series ends in that month, we'll do the full series, or if it doesn't, we'll not do any of the series. It's just, we do the videos from January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025, where we'll check every single one, all the thumbnails, all the titles, all the playlists, the descriptions, the end credits, the links, every single thing about these videos that is possible to check. And as with last year, I counted it up, we have pretty much exactly the same number of series at about 55.
Woo,
So,
we're on a good roll.
Yeah. For context on this, the number of series that we had this year is about the same as last year, but the number of episodes is not. This last year was actually the second lowest number of videos we've ever done. And that's mostly because we didn't do any hot takes, we didn't do any shiny hunting, we didn't do any TCG except for, I think, 4 videos, because we did some early on in the year and then haven't done any since. So we had approximately, because there's always a chance that YouTube forgets one of our videos exists, approximately 784 videos this year, which is the second lowest. If you don't include the first year where we didn't do videos for 6 months of the year, it is the lowest we have ever had, because the next lowest is 854.
Dang.
So, yeah, we average around 800 to 900 videos a year, which, remember, guys, there is 365 days in a year. So we average over 2 videos a day. Also, guys, as one other thing to note, on the channel, we have about 6,300 videos in total. As of this point, we have a grand total of 22 identical titles, where the same after the TBGN portion of the title matches per series, which is impossibly low. It is literally less than 1/3 of all videos have the same title, which is shocking to me. I have no idea how, despite the fact that we've played multiple Metroid games where we fought Ridley multiple times, we don't have the same titles. Like, how do we not have 3 titles with Morph Ball, and 3 titles with Ridley, and 3 titles with Screw Attack? No idea. But somehow, we continue to be creative enough to have different titles per series. All that to say, guys, we're going through our yearly checks. We'll get through them eventually. There's a lot of them. But we promise that we will keep going and continue the dedication that we have for this channel. And we hope that you guys appreciate it. And if not, we do it because we want to.
Okay, with that, guys, we're going to have a little section here where we talk about things. And here's what I wanted to mention for this year specifically, because this year's going to be huge. So, guys, we are celebrating the 30th year anniversary for Pokemon. We are celebrating the 40th year for Dragon Ball. And apparently, we haven't got a lot of information on it, but we're also celebrating the 40th year of Zelda. So, I want to say I'm going to try to get to at least one of each of those games. Because, guys, I have not done a Zelda game since Ocarina of Time. And that was like 2 years ago.
I was going to say, here's the nice thing about all those franchises. Pokemon, obviously, we get through 1 to 2 Pokemon games a year. That's going to happen no matter what. Zelda, I tend to play quite a bit, so there'll definitely be Zelda games this year.
Yeah, I want to get to Tears of the Kingdom, man.
Yeah.
I keep having to move it down because you have a Zelda game.
I'm sorry, man. But yeah, and then obviously we have Younger Real plays all kinds of Dragon Ball games. There's no chance we're not going to get to at least 1 Dragon Ball game this year.
Oh, yeah.
That's obviously going to happen. So there's no risk of us not celebrating these.
So I just wanted to take a moment and say congratulations, Pokemon, congratulations, Dragon Ball, and congratulations, Zelda. We look forward to playing more games for you guys.
I want to be clear, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about Dragon Ball in the anime video is going to come up later. I have a script for it. We're not recording it today, and we have not recorded it yet.
Nope.
But I do have a bit we're going to talk about Dragon Ball, partially because of its anniversary. I will say, I've not been very excited to watch more Dragon Ball content, I will admit. Dragon Ball is obviously a very old show. It's gone on for a long time. And it's fine. It's a good show. I mean, it's a very solid show. I enjoy it, but I'm not excited about it.
It's because we've seen it so much.
Yeah, we've seen it so much. There's nothing left to excite me about it. Except the Moro arc.
Yep.
Which I am very excited
Same.
about. So, the fact that we found out that apparently Toriyama had basically no involvement in it, the guy who's currently running the Dragon Ball franchise that replaced Toriyama was the guy who wrote almost all of it. Toriyama looked at it, approved it, and everyone who's read it says that that's the best arc in the show.
Woo!
The franchise is looking up. There's no chance we're not going to have good content out of this new guy if the first thing he writes is some of the best Dragon Ball ever written. So,
can't wait.
Yeah, cannot wait to see that. Unfortunately, that means I do have to watch all of Super to understand it.
Yep.
So that's going to be a pain in the ass because I can't watch it for the channel because we aren't going to get to Dragon Ball Super for another 10 years. Actually, no, that's not even accurate because we're not watching Dragon Ball in concurrent years because of how we do our scheduling. So
it could be
it's
longer.
probably going to be longer than 20 years before the channel gets to Super, which means I have to independently watch all of Super. And I'm not looking forward to that.
Unless, we make it big somehow. We finally get our separate channel. But
even that actually wouldn't work. Even if we had because we've obviously talked for a while about having a separate channel for anime, and we still plan to do that at some point, but even if we had a separate channel for that, it wouldn't help because what would that do? Let's ignore the fact we don't have time to do this. One of the things that we've thought about doing for the channel that's dedicated to anime is that we have, similar to how we do games, where we have weekly games, we would have weekly anime. The idea, though, was that I would divide it up, where Saturday and Sunday would remain as it is now, but it would be shorter anime. So this would be things that are 1 or 2 core long. Whereas the weekly anime would be the long stuff. So even if we watched 5 days a week Dragon Ball, it would still take us 3 years to get to Super with only watching that show and no other shows.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't think it's feasible. It's gonna take forever. Just the show is so long. So I think I'm just gonna have to watch Super on my own.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all I had to say. I am excited for it. Like, I'm excited for this year more than last year, so.
Yeah, there's nothing specific that I have about this year that I'm super excited for. However, one thing I have talked about vaguely in the background is that my goal for games going forward in the channel is I'm trying to play more games that I'm actively excited about. Because I don't generally do what Younger Bro does, where I go through my list every single month, basically. He goes through his schedule and redoes it like 6 times a year or something stupidly egregious.
Yeah, like I just redid both of my
Yep.
stream and
And
Let's Play
and
schedule.
by the time this video goes out, he'll probably have redone it again.
Yes, I am.
So it's like yeah, he basically monthly goes through those lists and redoes them. It is egregiously unnecessary, but it is what it is. I don't do that. I go through my schedule once a year, maybe less, where I just don't change anything on the schedules. But when I did it last time, my goal was I want to play more games I'm excited about and that I want to see. And so there are quite a few games that I am looking forward to, many of them because we've never played that game franchise for the channel.
Yeah, like I wanted to get to 1 or 2 this year for games that we've never played for the channel.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of those upcoming that are franchises we never played that I want to play. I've got a couple games that are games that I want to play for the channel that we have played the franchise for. And I've tried to have as few games I'm not really interested in, but I'm just playing for like pacing or schedule purposes as possible. I'm trying to get rid of those. And who knows, maybe after this I will actually include Digimon in my list, because now I have to redo my list to think of any monster.
Yep, that's why I have to redo my list,
games.
because I have to do that now. So,
'Cause
yeah.
outside of Pokemon, I don't know how many I have, or even that you have.
I don't have a lot upcoming right now, no. That's why I'm going to redo it, because there are a couple games that I probably should get to this year and try it, if I can. But otherwise, yeah, I think we're all good.
This isn't going to be like a super exciting year, but it's definitely going to be an enjoyable year. We're going to have a lot of games that we enjoy, and we hope that you enjoy them too. So, and hopefully some anime that you enjoy. So yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. We will come back next time with a new channel update. Hopefully there'll be nothing catastrophic, and it'll just be our normal yearly update video next. We'll see. So until then, we'll see you all in the next channel update.
Goodbye.